Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today, it's back into the big one, Gary Grigsby's War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is our Let's Play against the devilish Mr. Lodrick, and it is now March 17th, 1942. This is the combat resolution episode where we do March 17th and March 18th of the great year 1942. Dateline. Okay, let's jump into it now. There was all kinds of action last time, right? He had his carriers off Suva. We saw a huge air-to-air battle over Suva. All kinds of action happening there. We held our own, sort of. I mean, look, he's got better planes, better pilots at this point in the game. But we at least let him know we're around, right? We at least let him know, hey, we've got planes there now. So we did bomb the airfield a little bit. I think I said something incorrectly last time about the airfield, and that is Suva is a potential 7 airfield. It is currently a 5, but that turned red. Why did that turn red on the main screen? That's because there was damage sustained to the runway. Now, we have a lot of engineers there, so I think I maybe mistakenly said last time that that damage was being reflected in the size of the airfield. That's not how it works. The size is the same. It didn't click down. It's not like it went from 7 down to 5 or something. We're building it up towards a 7. It's currently a 5. But when it goes red, it means you have sustained some damage on the runway, and that can cause more operational losses, obviously. And at some point, you can't use the runway at all. And so we've got a lot of engineers out there. They'll be repairing that. But it'll be interesting to see what's up with those carriers. We'll see where his Indian Ocean Carrier Task Force is. And I don't know. I mean, he's been every turn, he's been taking 3 or 4 bases, it seems, through this part of the game. March, the Japanese are ascendant in March. They maybe never get higher. And certainly historically, March was one of, well, I don't want to say it was their total high point. That may have been closer to May, but it was getting close. There's just no defense you can quite put up. You try to hassle them, harry them, if you will, but there's no stopping any Japanese offensive. We just don't have the men and material it would take to do so. We're trying to get them into position to do that later. All right, let's go. Let's see it. What's going to happen here? Lodrick sent me a very cryptic message for this turn, so we'll find out. We'll find out together. I haven't watched it. All right, our coast watchers are calling in. We saw a ship at Port Moresby. All right, we're seeing mergers, more mergers in and around Perth. What is that? That's me getting destroyers, more destroyers into those task forces to escort them into Perth. You could see the Japanese submarine activity down there. It's been thick. We've lost a few more ships than I'd like down in that area. I mean, I've tried to escort as many as I can, but oftentimes, if you're running with American destroyers, especially, subs can still sneak through. I mean, the Americans only have a 2 anti-sub, and so on a 2 on a scale of 0 to 10, two's not very good. So, you know, if we can get 2 different destroyers in each escort group or each task force group, it seems to completely blunt his submarines. But when we only have 1, they are certainly slipping through here and there. Now the Brits have those level 8 ASW destroyers. Okay, we see. Okay, hey, there we go. The Edsel has either found a sub or the sub found it, but that's what we want their subs to find is our destroyers. And we got 2 hits in. Nice. So the Edsel did find this. It was an anti-submarine attack near Albany, and 2 hits on that sub. Who knows if that can limp back. Okay, we got a merger up there north of Perth as well. That was, I sent a destroyer up to that group as well. Suspected submarine near Adu, 7 ships near Luganville. That's interesting. because that'll become the flashpoint of that entire battle in the South Pacific. It usually does, anyway. Luganville, Espirito Santo, if you want to talk about the whole island. 8 Japanese ships near Moresby. We've got those Blenheims running search. I think that those pilots are finally trained up enough they may actually see something if it goes by. One of the problems we had up in the Indian Ocean before is we just don't have that many good patrol pilots. Oh, okay, let's talk about what's actually happening on the map. His main carrier task force in the Pacific is floating by Nomaya. We do have some Warhawks there, you see. So he's sweeping over with these zeros. So he came down by Suva, and he's coming back up by Nomaya. We get Warhawks in the air and against zeros. Now, the zeros came in at 21,000 feet. Yeah, our cap was at 15,000 feet. So, he was always going to be coming from a greater altitude. That's a tremendous advantage. We lose 2 Warhawks there. Okay, he's doing a sweep with Oscars over Changsha. The old usual sweep. Okay, here comes 14 more zeros over Nomaya. We did not put up any cap there, and it is lightly raining at Nomaya, which could work to our benefit if his bombers can't get on target. But he sends 14 more zeros over the top. We do not even send cap that time, which is kind of surprising. We have a couple of full squadrons at Nomaya. I always try to get them in at Nomaya, Suva, and Pago Pago. 5 Tojos over Wu Chao. That sounds like some kind of good Chinese dish. I had 5 Tojos over Wu Chao. Uh, 2 Oscars. Okay, just sweeping over Changsha. We got 28 Sonyas coming in on the group that is limping back to Hengyang. And they take even more casualties, but only 8 this time. This is also in the light rain. 1 damaged Sonya. Hey, it's our seagulls. Come on, guys. Let's do it again. These guys have been the MVPs of the war. They got an AK. Yeah, they hit it, I think. They hit it. Oh, these 3 seagulls have been worth their weight in gold. They come in at 6,000 feet. They drop 250-pound bombs. They hit the cargo ship of Magi Maru. Bomb hits 1. It's on fire. Look at those guys. Oh, wow, we're getting offensive now. So he sent his zeros over Nomaya. We said, oh, yeah? Whoop, we're coming right back out at you. 8 Warhawks, 11 A24 Banshees here. He only got 4 zeros up in cap. And we got all 11 Banshees through. Can we fricking hit something for once? Oh, just give me this. This is all I want for Christmas. Uh, we only got one. Nope, here comes 2 more Banshees over another carrier. I swear to God, if he is able to get through Suva and then back by Nomaya, the problem is, they're dropping bombs. Whoop, we got a hit. We got a hit. I saw it. Flight deck penetration. Explosion below the deck, folks. The Haru has been hit. Belt armor penetration. Oh, that's actually quite serious. Um, that went through the flight deck and got in below decks. I mean, we're taking all kinds of damage now, but we're trying to follow up on this. Um, I don't know if that'll be enough to take out a carrier. Usually, got to get a little bit more than that. But we finally got a hit with the A24 Banshees as they came in. Now they paid well. The Banshees didn't pay the full price. They only had 4 damage. Okay, that's not terrible. But the Warhawks, 2 of them were destroyed. Look at that, 2 bomb hits on the Haryu. Wow, and heavy fires. I mean, there's a chance that goes down. I doubt it. I doubt it. He may be able to limp that back, but that is massive stuff right there. Okay, well, we got a hit on a carrier, and maybe that's going to chasten him a bit. If it's fires below the decks, that's when things get really serious. It went right through the flight deck, or at least that's what it told us, and exploded below decks. Gosh darn it! Let's hope that sucker goes down. That could change this whole game. Uh, okay, more sighting. Yeah, gosh, I got to get my blood pressure down here. More sightings. These are our recon naval search aircraft reporting back. Well, it paid off, and that's it. This is all a game of chance. Oh, a Japanese tanker was reported hit. I think that must have been, well, it was probably by our Catalinas. It could have been those seagulls again. Those seagulls, I'm going to put them, I'm going to recall them back to America and put them in a Hall of Fame. They have just been incredible. Okay, 10 Bettys, 15 Nels in on this group that's trying to get, got kicked out of Medan. It's trying to get to Sabolga. We'll probably get beaten there. It'll probably try to get to Padang. It's partially cloudy out here. 25 bombers caused 24 casualties. And then 13 more Nels, and we take 6 more casualties there. Well, this has started out okay. 19 Bettys in on the swamp rats north of Port Moresby. They take 48 casualties here. So I think, I mean, we hit a Japanese tanker over there too. We don't know what the damage of that was. That's one of those where the planes were out on recon or naval search and they acquired a target. They dropped bombs on it and they're reporting it hit. We don't get this same combat summary up here that we do in kind of a, what would I call it, a more formalized combat. That was more, hey, they were out on naval search. We dropped some bombs. Is that accurate or not? Who knows? One damaged Betty, 58 casualties here in the light clouds over the swamp rats. And they're going to get it again. Boy, Laudric, he's mad at those Aussies over here. 111 casualties there, so they're really getting torn up. They were already in bad shape, and they don't really have any food. Oh, he's going to come back for second helpings. Okay, bring it. 12 zeros. We get one Warhawk up. That's not good. But he's doing a sweep, and what happened last time was his sweep seemed to then cut down on the amount of cap he was able to put up as we immediately dispatched bombers right behind his zeros. This Warhawk was destroyed, so we've now lost 3 Warhawks there at Nomaya, but no, that's not true. We lost 5 because we lost 2 on the initial cap. We lost 1 on that cap right there, and then we lost 2 on our own bombing run. So we've lost 5 Warhawks out there, but it's been well worth it. I mean, if that carrier goes down, we could have lost 50. I'd probably be okay with it. Uh, 39 Sallies, 31 Anns, 17 Lilies in here on the group east of Yan'an. 1 Sally gets damaged, 51 casualties reported. 19 Sallies in east of Yan'an. This is in the heavy rain. He causes 26 casualties. I'm hoping we get a second bombing run on those carriers. Hell, let's go after the one that's now limping a bit, and there's a second one out there we saw as well that we did a bomb run on, just didn't hit it. 5 Lilies in here, nobody got hurt. Here come my seagulls again. These okay. We're gonna next time we're gonna look at these pilots. I meant to do it this time. Yeah, did they get a hit? Yes, ship side penetrated. Severe damage. These guys are incredible. They're like the 3 best pilots in the entire American. Well, I guess it'd probably be Navy. Uh, wow. Okay, the AK's Zuko Maru. Bomb hits 1. It's on fire. I don't know. These guys need to be on our carriers. Oh, yeah, we got the Banshees coming in. Now, we don't have any escort with them. They're coming in straight on zeros. Oh, that's probably not good, but we get 3 through. Some of those bugged out. Oh, we got another carrier in our sights. Do we get lucky a second time? Come on. It's approaching from astern. Okay, drop it. Drop your bombs. Nope, didn't get a hit that time, and now we got to try to get the hell out of here before these zeros take it out. Yeah, well, that was never going to be good from an aircraft perspective. We just hoped to get a hit. It was worth it. I mean, you got to, take that shot. I'm fine with the commander doing that. We do lose 6 Banshees. One gets damaged, 6 destroyed. We didn't have any escort to send with them because these Warhawks have gotten torn up over here. We gave it another shot. Again, it was worth it getting the hit. 6 Banshees, those are replaceable. Carrier, not as much. Although I'm not counting on that going down. We don't have any way to chase it really. Our carriers aren't over there. We can't, just chase it down. So who knows? But at least he's got to go back and get it repaired. It takes one carrier off the board for an indeterminate amount of time. Hopefully, we did enough damage. It takes them offline for 6 months or something before they can get it repaired. But we'll just have no way of knowing. Those damn seagulls. Holy mackerel, man. What a war they're having. Land move attack phase. Now, this is where Lodric's really stuck it to us recently. Deliberate attack out here west of Yan'an. Well, all we can really hope for here is he kicks us into the next hex and we don't have too much surrender. Yeah. All right. They're all retreating towards Ankang. Okay. Let's see how the damage here. It's going to be, well, it wasn't as bad as it has been. 3-1. We did have good terrain to defend in. He took 320 casualties. We took ay, ay, 9,718. Now, how in the world does that make any sense? Well, first of all, we don't destroy any of his squads. So these 320 casualties, he had some squads disabled and whatnot. We like everything got destroyed. 327 squads, but it was 3-1. I mean, we had a train advantage. Ay, 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 ay. I mean, I get it. 1844 to 338. When they adjusted it all out, it was 648 to 197. But nearly 10,000 casualties. I mean, that uh, is just a massive loss. Well, it's happened time after time. What can I say? Okay, he's attacking here. They capture Tianshu. So he is up here now trying to push towards the plateau. I am sending all the beasts of Hades over here to retake Tianshu because we cannot allow that to fall. Okay, Japanese bombardment out here in southeastern China. We see that turn after turn. 7 casualties reported there. And he's moving up this damn road, and it's really smart tactic because there are a lot of points he can grab all the way up this road. And we have a corps surrender, a brigade surrender, and he is now taken. Oh, it's near Ansi. This is where our, units were trying to get back up to Hami, but there's no doing that. We take 899 casualties on the ground, but they all surrendered basically. He's now attacking in here on the island of Panay. I don't think. Yeah, he did kick us out of there. I'm actually kind of surprised. I mean, we had a better well, they must have been starving to death. Our assault value was 85. His was 59 at San Jose. He takes 28 casualty. Gosh darn it. We take 1882. We had a better assault value. I mean, I don't know what else to do, but he's just got better troops at this point. March 17th, and these are all the expanding fortifications. You saw there we have Batavia up to a 4, trying to make it as difficult as we can for him to take Batavia and therefore conquer Java. Pretty damn good March 17th for us. A lot happened, actually. We did lose 6 Banshees. We lost 5 or 6 Warhawks. We got 2 hits in on a carrier. We reported a tanker sunk. All in all, I'll take those trades all day long. Warhawks are a dime a dozen. I mean, they count for points, and we certainly don't have enough of them out in the South Pacific yet. We've got to get more and more and more out there. But that being said, you'll trade six of those and six Banshees for a potential sinking of a carrier, but at the very least taking it off the board for a while. All right, here comes some arrivals. The 261 Squadron RAF has arrived in Bombay. We've got some VSs. Those are Marine aircraft squadrons that are arriving in the United States and elsewhere. 7th Marine Regiment in the eastern U.S., 31st Group Army at Chungking. Exciting stuff, and it will now be March 18th. There we go. It just clicked over. Well, hopefully March 18th is just as exciting for us. Oh yeah, I forgot. The Seagulls hit two ships that time, but that's just so common. I'm not even barely excited about it. Can you tell? Coast Watchers 20 ships at Rabaul. At least that's what our people on the ground are telling us. That's what I like to call it in spycraft. People on the ground. Just going through the night phases. Okay, beautiful day out over the Pacific. Although it's showing me weather forecast is rain down here in the South Pacific. This game does weather zones. It's something we haven't talked much about. I probably should show that map and talk about it for a second. One of these upcoming videos. All right. We're spotting those carriers go by, and then we thought we saw a fighter bomber off New Zealand. Let's hope that's not true, because we don't have a whole lot of ways of counteracting anything near New Zealand. Oh, we just saw a CV down by Singapore, so that is where he's based. Now we kind of already knew that, right? But that's where he's basing his Indian Ocean Carrier Task Force is down in Singapore, which is the logical place. It's got a huge port. It's got a lot of access, for the different places he needs to go. He could either go down to Java, he can even use that to go down towards Australia, or he can get out over by India. Okay, 14 more zeros in sweeping over Nomaya, and we just decide, you know what? We're not even going to send up a cap. We've already got you guys right where we want you. Okay, big bombing run east of Yan'an here. Nearly 100, I say nearly over 100 bombers. One damaged plane, 93 casualties. Now down into southeastern China, another 80 or so bombers there. We damaged two. We take 39 casualties. Five Tojos sweep over Wu Chao at 16,000 feet. They find nothing. Okay, two Oscars over the top of Changsha. 15 Sallies bombing east of Yan'an, 19 casualties on the ground. 13 Anns on that same group, 6 casualties on the ground. Uh, 27 bombers on the group limping to Hengyang. One plane damage, no casualties on the ground. But then he's got a follow-up run with some Sonyas, and no damage on the ground there. Here they come. We got another we got another AK. We hit deck penetration. I don't even know what to say at this point. The Hakabasan Maru bomb hits one on fire. These guys are going to be aces just for bomb hits. Wow. Okay. I don't remember ever having just this one lone squadron sitting in Kagayan. I don't remember ever having a group that just turn after turn is in the thick of the action like this and doing some real damage. Now, some of these just, 5 or 6 point cargo ships, but whatever. I mean, I'll take it. Okay, he is now throwing his zeros over the top of Luganville, sweeping over there to see if we have any aircraft there. We did not, or we do not, not yet. We are going to get some there. 10 Oscars over Changsha. I knew when the game centered over the Philippines, I was like, my guys, here come my guys. Float plane. So he is down near New Zealand, it seems. Okay. We don't, like I said, I mean, we don't have a real great way to counteract that if he gets that far south. We just, you can't keep a bunch of planes in New Zealand. You need them up at Nomaya and Suva and Pago and those places for now, anyway. Um, I've got some submarines down there, but it's not like we can bring the American surface fleet there because if his carriers catch us down there, I mean, it's a long ways back to Pearl Harbor. I guess we could go over to Sydney, but then he's got us trapped kind of if we're at Sydney, he can get in, but oh, you got to be kidding me. Here come my guys. The seagulls, they're like, oh no, the guys on this AK are like, this is the most, oh, we got him again. Critical. It's critical damage. Bomb hits one on fire. Oh my gosh. We're going to end up losing those guys too. I mean, they can't fly off the Philippines. It's not necessarily just because they're locked. I believe they are, but they don't have enough range, and we don't have any bases that they can skip to and around to get to Australia. So we're going to end up losing these guys. They're going to be POWs. But holy crap, the bards shall sing of the Seagull 3. Uh, that's what makes this game great. Just fantastic stuff. You can write your own stories. All right, kind of a quiet turn, other than our brave pilots. It was concerning to me that he seems to have some naval activity down by New Zealand. We'll have to go check that out. Bombardment attack again. That's all he seems to want to do against these guys in the southeast. Maybe he's kind of like, well, you make the first move. We got an old west standoff down there, and now we're in the fort expansions. So that's it for the action anyway. We'll see what else we get in here at the end of the turn. But wow, what a turn! That was I would say I'd venture to say that was the best allied turn yet. Especially if something bad happens to that carrier on the way back to Japan, we start getting some secondary explosions. The fires, causes the ammunition to go blow sky high. We'll see. Well, I say we'll see. I guess we'll really have no way of knowing till the end of the game. We've got some destroyers being taken out for refit. That sounds good to me. I'd probably rather they not be doing that down in New Zealand, but that's just where they ended up when they came into a port after their refit date. All right, we got a new Chinese core at Cape Town. Got the supply convoy at. Did I say Cape Town? Uh, Yeah, okay. Well, what a turn. What a turn. When we come back next time, we'll go down there and look at New Zealand. We'll try to determine, what's going on with that carrier task force. I don't know, maybe we can glean some more information as we look around the map. We'll go look at our Seagull pilots and give them commendation, certainly. Try to return them home. They can sell some war bonds talking about their experiences. Anyway, you guys are great. Hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. Have a great one. Strategy Gaming Dojo. Be good.